silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
All right. We know what time it is. What is going on, everybody? I hope that we're having a great one here on Taco Tuesday. Let's go. Had the home run derby last night. We all know how that goes. Ended up being rough. What's up, Yusus? Maddie G. Appreciate you guys joining up here. Let's go. That's sick. You got the top fan badges. Very nice. What's up, my views? Rick, greetings. What's going on? I'll tell you what's really going on this morning is the SPY. Everybody's watching how much it is popping off here. It is kind of stuck at this pre-market resistance of 628. I thought maybe if we gave it a second and then looked, it'd be popping off, but it is still stuck here as of now. This is a big resistance today. Market gapped up like crazy here this morning. Yeah. I think it started doing a top fans thing here, Mason, so it's going to start picking top fans. I guess we'll have to see. It keeps going back and forth between who is the top one, though. It's kind of funny. Nvidia, of course. Yes, Nvidia had really good news this morning. Technically last night. The Trump administration will let them sell their H20 AI chips to China again. Apparently, the Trump administration said that they would grant them the licenses needed for this. That's one thing that Trump had done recently, made it where you had to get licenses to, or licensing, should say, either one, to send off these devices to these other countries. And, you know, China, looks like the Trump administration is now going to allow this to happen. So, Nvidia said they hope to start delivery soon. So, sounds pretty good there. I thought it was a pretty good thing to hear, of course. Anytime you hear stuff with China restrictions, it was pretty negative for Nvidia. We can see that on the daily chart. Nvidia had this pretty big period of flatness here. Now, it did make new highs right here during this time, but we can see for the most part it was pretty much flat for like a year until this recent May, where we started to get the real breakout starting to happen. I do think that some of these export restrictions, you know, ending here is a great sign. Definitely helped fuel the stock higher for sure. 4.28%. Isaac, love that market open / reversal call out in last night's video. Yeah, we'll have to see if that ends up playing out again this morning. There was a pretty big jump to the upside. So if there is a pullback or a reversal today, it could be something that, you know, is looked at closely here. Sold my Nvidia calls at open for a nice profit. Let's see if she recovers. Hell yeah. It is recovering up pretty nicely. It actually bounced right off of perfect support around 169 to 170. This is right where the pre-market action, the wick, got down to there. And then also 170 is just a big psychological level in general, if we're being honest. Ryan said FOMO on Nvidia is killing. FOMO. Fear of missing out. It's jumping around a little bit. I bet there's going to be some people get burned on some options there today. Double XP weekends. That'd be funny if I could do that. I didn't set it up to do that, by the way. It just started doing it all on its own. It's kind of cool. I wonder how they do the XP. Probably by, like, watch time compared with the amount of messages. Steve goes, man, I'm going down. I'm buying calls on Mason. Here. That's funny. The banks were actually doing pretty bad this morning. I don't know if you guys checked in on those at all with their earnings. I know it was easy to miss this morning between the CPI data, between Nvidia's news, between everything going on today. The bank earnings. Bank of America's down, but Wells Fargo reported they had a pretty nasty move so far here. JP Morgan has been pretty flat. They were red whenever I woke up and was looking at it this morning. They were looking a bit more brutal than they are now. Now, Citigroup actually did pretty well. Citigroup's up in the green, 1.6%. I'm not going to say too good for earnings, but definitely better than Wells Fargo with the big dip going on. So I guess that's the main plus that I see there. Give me 1 second here. Damn, my mic got messed up. Hang on. My control arm for it did. Shoot, I don't want to unplug it. That's funny. JPM's a sinking ship right now, IMOL says. A sinking ship. I know we had that big money play on JP Morgan recently. This could be starting to play out a lot better. We do get this happening. AMD and SMCI both up, probably because of them. Yes, it is definitely because of Nvidia. Like, for sure, probably. You know what they say? For sure, probably. Do you know how often that ends up working out?
60% of the time, it works every time.
SMCI 5250 coming up. Yeah. The chip stocks were loving that today. AMD was following along very well. What about Intel, though? Trying, but not really getting the move that I'd like to see. You know, Nvidia's up AMD's up 7.5%. Continuing here at open with that move, and we have Intel just sitting in the dust. Now, granted, they do different types of chips and etc., but still. Qualcomm, 1.4%. Is MU coming back because they died off yesterday? Yeah, they even gapped up a little bit. Good to see them get back above like 119.50, 120, I guess. I like that as good resistance, though. Mike called this one out to the downside yesterday. I was looking at it down. Now that everybody is joining up, though, what the hell was that last night? Brent Rooker and Matt Olson, those guys suck. Man. Terrible bets. I'm telling you, I'm like the worst home run derby bettor in the world. I've bet on it like 5 years in a row and I've never won. It might even be more than 5 in a row now. Rooker was robbed. I know, right? 0.1 of a foot. I think they said it was like less than an inch or an inch. 0.1 of a foot would be just over an inch, I think, but it'd be like 0.12 inch. I was about to say, Steve, that's not the first time I've been beaten by an inch. MU 121.50 coming up here. Very nice resistance. Going to be watching for a possible recovery move. It was Cal Ripken. Yeah, guys, Cal Ripken Jr. won, just so you know. Isn't that terrible, Ryan? Man. And by the way, guys, I was referencing when I used to run track, by the way. I don't know what you guys were thinking. Who do you think you're going to take in the All-Star game? I have no idea on that. It seems like the American League wins like every year. I don't know. Probably go with the, I'm going to go with the National League just because that's who I always root for, but. SPY is selling, Mason said. JPM's selling too. Pretty bad. Let's go check that SPY. Oh, wow. Pulled back pretty tough. Yep. Unfortunately, not getting that good run continuing here. 628 held up from pre-market. My gosh. What a large resistance here overhead at 628. Everything's weak, Steve says. Very weak. Very weak right now. Sucks to see after that big run this morning, too. AMD, did they even turn around? Yeah, they did. A little bit. Little bit. Still looking good for the most part, though. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, SPY right back down. Love this shout out by Jane in the discussion channel. Let's go, Jane. Man, SPY, what a crazy reversal there. 628. Now it's right back down to pre-market, so watch support here. It's right down to my 626 support and also the low of pre-market, so see how it starts doing. Oklo, Robert said. Pullback's probably due to DJT's talk on Russia. I have seen some tough talk on Russia lately. It's actually been messing around with crude prices, hasn't it? Go to the daily chart of crude oil. Pulled back a little bit recently. It's been trying to come back a little bit, though. Like last week, we had some pops back, but I guess just more shaky than anything. Crude hit that good trend line and again fell. Kind of funny. I thought whenever we were hitting that trend, we might finally get a breakout, but not the case. Oklo. All right, let's go back to Oklo again. A little red today. Don't like to see that. It's definitely not continuing like it did yesterday. NVTS thoughts, Navitas. Navitas, pretty fun. Just kind of boring today, I guess. It's pulling back slightly. Maybe a dip buy opportunity. It is getting closer to pre-market support now. $6.10 to $6. Really decent spot for Navitas. I've loved the movement on Navitas. Like, if we go to the daily, look at these wild candles that it's had recently. Looking at the daily, it's tempting for a dip buy on that, but I don't love the intraday setup today myself. If you're used to looking at these a little bit more, it's probably not terrible, but little penny stocks almost. $6. Bouncing off $6.10. Holds this lower support. You know, the risk-reward ratio's there right now. I'll tell you, if you're going for like a long position, you'd stop out just underneath here and you could target, you know, anywhere like higher than 620 27, and your risk reward's pretty good. How's Boeing today? BA. That is slow and choppy. Nothing much. Go look at the watch list. Coreweave is in second, 9.28%. Extending back up really well here today. Coreweave. They were dying on the daily last week. We hit on them a couple times down, but this week, right back. What a jump. New valuations came in for Oklo. One at 60.88, one at 73. Is that like some analyst expectations? I see. Yep. Price targets here. Cantor Fitzgerald. Initiated some coverage there, okay. Yeah, that makes sense, my views. The good news from Nvidia is helping Coreweave. Gotcha. Makes sense with how much they're intertwined. RRGB's up 11%. It's hard to switch off Coreweave here. Looks like it wants to go for another run. RRGB, Red Robin. I didn't even know you could trade Red Robin stock. Really, $6.20? That's funny. Quick scalp on Nvidia put. Red Robin's been dying, unfortunately. Wow, they've been in quite the downtrend. They've been trying to hold key support around $3. This is a crazy setup. Red Robin. Quick scalp on Nvidia put, Mason said. Yeah, how about that, Ryan? That's pretty funny. Red Robin, of all things. It's a sad opportunity. You ever had Red Robin, Bam? Oh, no? I was curious if you had. I love their Royale burger. Or Royal? I don't know what you call it. I'm calling it Royale. Nvidia pumping back down. They tried to get that recovery going. Moved down to 170 again. Yep. We knew it. We knew it, Mason. We were on the same page. I used to get that one every time. I don't get it anymore, but... Haha. Yeah, be a shareholder. Bam, that's the way. Go to TSLA. MP's looking good. MP Materials, 19% here. Wow. No kidding. Look at that daily chart. Wow, MP. They ended up getting through $50, which is awesome. They consolidated hard, but this morning in pre-market broke out. Man, from open, they are still running too. They're at 58. They might be able to hit 60 today. How much momentum there really is here. That's a lot of momentum. Roblox? Oh my gosh. Somebody in my family was asking me about Roblox recently, and I was laughing. Roblox back from the dead. They are up 0.37% today. Wow. You know what? I have not looked at their chart recently, I don't think. Holy shit. Back from the dead is right. My God, it might have been... How long has it been since I checked their chart? Yeah, that's pretty insane, Brain. Mason said Nvidia puts should have held just a little longer. Wow, yeah, it broke through 170. It might get through that low of pre-market even. I guess that's down around 169. Watch where that wick was in pre-market. Those wicks can be weird sometimes there. Haha, Brain, that's funny. Maybe we'll have to start doing some advertising on there. Have like a little stocked up universe on there. That'd be funny, like on Roblox. What if you could like walk to a computer on Roblox and start trading on there? Like paper trading? I don't know, it'd be kind of dumb, but just something silly I thought of. You hate it when the market rallies and pre-market becomes dead during the actual market times. I know, that happens quite a bit, doesn't it? It's something to be wary of. Maybe be like ready for sometimes. It's always opposite. It's if it's red after, yeah. It seems like it is. Quite a bit. You see any Joby news? Joby? Are they moving? Whoa. They definitely were. Right before open. Let's see. There should be some Joby news. Joby. I think that they do watch time on there as well. You have the crown. Get him. Looks like they're expanding their manufacturing capacity. California and Ohio, they add a new aircraft to the fleet. That's pretty crazy. Showcasing their acceleration of production. Ramping up a newly renovated facility in Dayton, Ohio. Double capacity in Marina, California. 435,000 square feet of total space. Damn. Seems like a lot. I don't know if that's a lot or not. But. MP Materials partnered with Apple, worth $500 million. Is that what got him today? Wow, yeah. Apple commits $500 million. That's crazy. That's exactly what MP Materials CEO talked about. That is huge with MP. Yeah, it came with Apple today, that's for sure. It's crazy whenever you get Department of Defense backing and then your CEO looking for more opportunities, get them pretty quick. Wow. That is crazy. 18%. This one's really mind-blowing here today. Definitely deserves to be on my watch list now. MP. Go back to Coreweave. Slight pullbacks there. They tried to go for that run this morning. Started pulling back, and unfortunately they continued down the past few minutes. Solar Edge was creeping higher this morning. FSLR up above 170. You have the solar stocks moving a little bit here. Brain wonders if MP will stay the course all day today. Looks like it's already turning over at least a little bit, but it could still stay the course from this point. It's tough. 17%. That's tough to say if they would really truly continue or not. 60, I think, would be a good target overhead. If they broke the high of the day, maybe a scalp to 60. Maybe you could try to buy the dip here at support as well. If it started falling much more than like the lower end of this red box, though, I'd start to get a little bit worried. Granted, what we do see happen a lot is, like, let's say MP does start turnover. There might be like a wild like wick or like a very quick move down before the comeback. Could get weird here on MP, being up 17%. Sunrun, 9% today. Really nice. A lot of these moves for solar came after open as well. SPY is starting to look brutal. 626 gave out. 625.80 gave out. Wow. Maddie said, I may have missed you cover it. But what happened with CPI data today? Yeah, I talked about it pretty much right as we started the stream up. Inflation data came in right at expectations, essentially. So it didn't really cause too much action with the SPY. It did actually cause an initial jump right here where I'm circling. The market actually did pump higher, which was good. I guess it was happy that the inflation data came in right at expectations. Now, if we go to the inflation data right here on the yearly chart, we can see that the reading was 2.7% in June, and the reading from May was 2.4%. So it did jump up by 0.3%. So inflation is going up right now, at least as of this past couple readings. From April to May, it went up by 0.1%. That's not really that significant. This jump was 0.3% though, so a little bit more significant than that. It shows the last time that we had a crazy jump like this was January, where it came in over the previous reading. So that's a pretty big jump though, 0.3%. As we look at this, is it terrible to see a 0.3% jump? It's not the best. Are we at a point though where like inflation is spiraling out of control? 100% not. So that is where we're sitting here and we're like, okay, what's going on with inflation? We can see for the most part, it's right around where it's been the past few years. I would say 2.7% is probably the median. You know, if I put all these readings together, it might even be slightly below the median. But nonetheless, I think it's a very okay spot for inflation. Now, if we would have came in higher than this, I think it would have been pretty scary. I think it would have scared traders a lot more. But right now, I think everything's fine with inflation. Now, on the next reading, if we see it get to 3% or 3% plus, I think people will have a much different opinion, as will I. But that's pretty much the quick rundown there with CPI today. Nothing too crazy right now. Just right at expectations. And the SPY hasn't really processed too much of the initial move yet. Like we talked about though, you know, on last night's video, a lot of times you'll get these readings where like you get these nice jumps with SPY and then it reverses back down. And that's kind of what we're seeing play out here. I don't think it's the best reading in the world, personally. I just don't think that it's terrible. So, that's really it. Yesterday's poll was about which direction you thought the SPY was going to be going on this data from this event. And the poll, I'm not sure how to even like read it now, because the SPY had a positive reaction at first. Now it's had a negative reaction. So I guess right now, negative reaction is winning, if I had to pick a side. So if you wanted the market to go up on that poll, right now you are not winning. The market's mainly up from Nvidia. Nvidia news is really the big thing driving the market today. That's why we gapped up. If you're just now joining up or you hadn't seen yet, Nvidia resuming their H20 AI chip sales to China. This is a big deal today. It actually happened late last night. Yeah. They announced a fully compliant RTX Pro GPU, so that's good. They're getting licensing for the H20 chips. Looks good for them. Now, of course, the stock down a little from open, but the Nvidia gap up was pretty good. They're still up 3.5%, even with the slight pullback. And hey, we talked about that wick down here possibly acting as support, and it looks like so far that is the case, at least for now. $4 trillion market cap is absurd, Hugh says. It kind of is, if you think about it, 4 trillion, but hey, that's what the people put it at. Well, maybe not totally the people, but that's what the markets put it at. I shouldn't necessarily say the people there. The market. As we know, the market consists of a lot of people, but also a lot of algos. A lot of weirdness out there. Let's go CTM, Ryan says. CTM, Castellum. Still looking pretty decent today, 7%. I looked at this one quite a bit yesterday as the day progressed. It had a crazy candle yesterday. Even into like the afternoon, it continued really well after the stream yesterday. Steve says AES. Whoa, very nice today. I like the consistency on this one. It's up only 2.6%, which isn't that crazy, but looking at the daily, it looks very consistent. We had that big money play on it recently. I love the way the AES is setting up here for a continuation on the daily. Be really nice to see this box and resistance give out here at like 13 to 1350. That would be beautiful. I snaked Open Door off your watch list. It's looking good. You did? That's funny. I didn't realize that many people liked the watch list like that. Yeah, Open Door. It's had some pretty crazy moves recently. Very nice today, up over $1. Second on the watch list today. I guess MP beats it out, but still really good for them today. Speaking of MP, the continuation has played out. Wow, very nice. This little support range here held. Awesome for MP. $60 might be a good target here. This could be nice. It looks very bullish in the setup here. SPY's bouncing off previous day high. That's a great spot for a bounce. Yeah, it is. It's pretty much right there. Let's zoom out, see if it's like even a better resistance at all somewhere. Oh, yeah. Lots of hits here in the past, too. Pretty nice spot for the SPY, if I'm being honest. Could be an area where we do start to see a dip buy come in. Now, some people, this is a good spot, right around that previous day high. It's a nice support. Some traders might look for the gap to totally fill down to like 624.50, maybe 624. Not sure that it's quite going to get there or not. It does seem like it's bouncing pretty good now. AMD gonna recover advanced micro devices. Let's see, let's see. AMD bouncing around 154, 153. So far, pretty good hold here by AMD. Bounced pretty close to support from pre-market. That's a pretty good level there. It looks pretty good, Isaac. I'm not saying it's going to come all the way back, but, I mean, so far it has. I mean, you know, while we talked, probably, it's recovered up pretty well. This little resistance here will probably be tough for it. This one, and then got a couple overhead here. This overhead range is kind of tough for AMD. Very hard for me to say with confidence that I would think that this could break here. I don't know. I don't really see that today myself. If Nvidia was a country, it would have been the 5th largest economy in the world. Is that real, my views? That's pretty insane. I didn't know that. That is like actually like mind-blowing, I'd say. Seriously. Yeah, totally mind-blowing there.
I live inside my own world of make-believe.
Love the PA though, yeah. Good PA so far. If it does continue, that would be awesome.
Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watch me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Give me 1 second.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming.
C3 AI looks like it's hitting a critical level. AI 2755. Daily chart, very nice action. Daily, I love the daily on AI. You said a critical level. It's getting towards a very critical level, yes. Looks like the daily, this is a huge spot for it. Right around 2750 to 2780. We'll say 28. 2750 to 28. This is a huge range. I love the action, though. It looks like it's going to be going up for a test. I mean, this is rocket mode right now. Is there some news that came out on them at like 10:05 Eastern? What the heck? Nothing that I'm seeing on TOS news. Wow. It actually went on a run yesterday where it made a similar move at open and then continued throughout the afternoon on a crazy run. Keep AI on the radar, guys. It seems like it's in play here. Yesterday, there were good opportunities for dip buys, you know, as these like little dips happen. Interesting. Maybe wait for some dips today and eye up some continuation. This looks great. It is close to that resistance. Hopefully 28 would come into play, but APLD, get on the train, Mr. Wu said. Applied Digital. Get on the train. Looks like it's actually coming up off the dip on the daily. Nice. I'm going to remove the drawings on this one. And it doesn't really line up too well, that recent low, with anything else. Kind of weird. Guess it's pretty close to some big support around like 880 to 950, honestly, but nothing like super lines up. Just a good hit there. Doesn't always have to line up. Very nice on APLD. I like the way it's looking here. Now, I said you trade options or futures? Mainly options. Options. I sell a lot of options, so it's a lot slower of a game whenever you're shorting options a lot, Dollar. I mainly short options and run the wheel strategy for the most part. Of course, there's day trades mixed in here and there, but I would say probably like 90% wheel. Bank of America pushed down to 46.40. Pretty good. A pretty good support down here. Haha, Ryan, what are you wheeling right now? Spill the tea. Definitely, well, I am in a little swing trade for those of you that are in the stocked up trading floor. If you go to the swing trading channel, I am in some shares in there, but I really like Intel here, Ryan. If we're looking at some potential wheel opportunities, Intel is a good one. Granted, really good whenever you're selling the 20 strike puts and you get assigned at like 20 or 19 or something and get some nice action here. Love the way Intel has been playing out right now with Intel selling covered calls around like 26 to 28. Fantastic in my eyes if you're holding Intel shares. Love it. Now, it might not be the biggest premiums in the world. Don't get me wrong. Got to go out with some time. You know, you got like September. You know, you look at like the 26 strike. 26 is a little close, but it's like right at the top end of the range. It would be, let's just say, a $2.50 move away. So that would be $250 per 100 shares that you have there. Yeah, I mean, you know, and you'd make an extra 100 per contract with the premium on here. So yeah, I mean, it'd be almost like selling them at 27 actually with the premium. I like that. I like the 26 strike for September 19th. Really not bad. Now there could be like, let's say you have 1,000 Intel shares, right? You might just want to sell a few, right? Maybe you sell a few of the covered calls. You might not want to exit the whole thing, right? Because if you're bullish on Intel and Intel starts to pop, you're not going to want to, you know, sell a bunch of covered calls and then get pissed whenever Intel really runs. So, you know, if you really like the position for the long term, continue to hold it. But yeah, I really like the Intel covered calls right here. Wink, wink, Ryan. Now, of course, like I said, you'd have to have shares, but Avgo's moving. Oh, shit. What did I just do? Control Z. I'm glad they have that on here. Avgo's moving. Getting some action. Yeah, it really is. 282.50 coming into play very nicely. Love to see that one running. One that I've been wheeling for years that you guys know is DraftKings. Always wheeling them. You tried Intel? Never got a sign though? Yeah. Yeah, you might not. Sometimes, you know, you might have to start the position instead of selling cash secured puts to enter. You might need to just buy the shares sometimes and then just start running it from there. Maybe sell some puts to average in if you need to after the case, but especially with like longer term positions, you know, a lot of times you'll want to make sure that you get the shares. Maybe like buy the shares at 20, but then sell like the 19, 18, 17, something like that. CYCC thoughts? Cyclical pharmaceutical. Cyclical. Never heard of this. My gosh. 239% today, though. CYCC. Circuit breaker to the upside. Why are they moving? Why? Let's see if they tell us here. Nope. Doesn't say why. Okay. Not seeing much info there. They died off, man, in June. Wow. They got crushed. They also recently had a 1 for 15 reverse split. Oh, gosh. This stock is insane. It's like a penny pumper. I don't even know what to say. This is brutal, though. They have, like, reverse split after reverse split. It maybe on the radar for a day trade today for, like, a quick scalp. I don't know, though, with all the halts. This is... I'm not sure it's even worth it. Hopefully after the halt, it doesn't, like, just totally die off here. We'll switch back to it in a minute. Check back in. Worked with UPS as well. UPS. Steve says, do you like UPS as a long-term hold? Michael says UPS is undervalued. Jake's concern is their loss of volume to Amazon. Yeah. Wow. That is a pretty massive pullback, I gotta say, out of UPS. I wouldn't have expected it to be that bad, if I'm being honest. I would say that there must be something pretty concerning going on with them, considering how massive this has been. And trust me, I've been watching them drop over the past few years, and it's been a pretty wild sight to see. I feel bad for all those people that work at UPS that are getting crushed on these shares. My gosh. The shares are at the same price they were in 2016. I do think that it's at a good spot to start buying in for the longer term, though. I think it's around a really good price, you know, $90 to $100. If you wanted to really make sure, maybe go ask Hunter in the Discord. I'm not sure if he's put that in any of the recent articles. I don't believe so, based on what I've seen. But that would be a good one, maybe, to take an eye at. If somebody's in the Deep Value Club, go to the general chat and ask Hunter about UPS. You think FSLR could run more, Michael Knight said. FSLR. Nice PA so far today. I think that they could. Now, they are double topping here. But I do think that they could still get some action going and eventually break the double top today. They're up 5.51%. It could be more for them. You know, they've had crazier days. I love the way that they've been holding so far, too. And I like this little support here around 169. If that keeps holding, if that holds up, I think they have a really good shot. Now, if we start to see a pullback underneath like 169, then I'll get a little bit worried for sure. That's where I think we could see a shift, but for right now, I think it's still an okay opportunity. Slight concern with the double top, but on intraday runs, those have to break if you're going to bullish setup. ETHA 1.54%. Daily chart looking pretty good. Still continuing up here. Still continuing up very well. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Let's look at it on like a 15-minute. Yeah, very strong move today. Yeah, I like ETHA quite a bit. The big thing is, will Ethereum fall, right? Is Ethereum going to crash? I don't know. Ethereum looks to be really strong right now. If Ethereum starts to trade towards like the upper end of its range, ETHA could continue very well. Yeah, this is a huge spot for Ethereum, though. Here's the big money trade if you guys missed it. SPY almost at yesterday's close, Jake said. Let's go check that SPY. It's been a little while. We've been looking at tons of other stocks here. SPY did bounce around here this morning, 625.20-ish. SPY now testing that low of the day again. Let's see, Nvidia actually recovered all the way back. Wow, we drew out that red box earlier where that support was, and Nvidia really loves that area today. Man, that is huge. Almost at yesterday's close with the SPY, though. Nvidia's popping off, but SPY is dying. Let's go check the heat map really fast. The banks are killing them. Every other sector is pretty much dying except for tech. I know tech likes to drive SPY, but look at these banks today. These are rough. BlackRock's down 6%. I didn't even check on BlackRock today. Wow. Yeah, they really died off. I mainly looked at JP Morgan and Wells Fargo. Charles said, why are banks down? Oh, Wells Fargo had a pretty bad report this morning, along with JP Morgan. Now, Citigroup did okay, and they're actually holding up well, up 1.79%. But there were some earnings this morning, and not the best reaction so far to said earnings. If we look at them a little bit more like individually, here, I'll pull up JP Morgan's really quick so we can see the numbers here. See all the EPS and everything. Where was it? Let me just find the CNBC article. They did have strong trading. Revenue beat expectations. Here we go. How do they not have that on Thinkorswim in the right way? EPS 5.24 versus 4.48 estimates. Revenue 45.68 versus 44.06 billion. It seems pretty good there, but that's not always, that doesn't always mean that they're going to move super well. Now, JP Morgan has not necessarily died today. It's pretty much just break even. It did pop up initially, for being honest. Wells Fargo is the one that is actually worrying here a little bit. Looks like they did beat the EPS and the revenue estimates, but down quite a bit. Let's see what is hitting them. They cut their 2 interest income forecast. Uh-oh. They beat estimates but cut a forecast at Wells Fargo. By the way, they called NII growth or NII income. Banks can be pretty strange in that sense. I would have expected JP Morgan to do a little bit better with their trading divisions and things like that. Doing well. One thing that I am worried about here over the next few trading days is the other banks. Tomorrow we have Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. These are going to be 3 pretty big banks reporting. I would say Goldman Sachs could be extremely interesting. I've seen them do very well with their trading divisions, bringing in lots of income in the past, and it's helped their stock do extremely well, especially during periods like whenever the market is explosive. And I feel like right now it's a prime spot for Goldman. Their stock seems pretty overextended though, if I had to be honest. Like very overextended. Poor guidance. Yeah, they cut something there. The 2 interest income. I didn't see their actual Q2 guidance on there. Let's see if we find it here. Or sorry. Don't have to be Q2 guidance, but you know. Net interest income misses. The net interest income declined 1.8% to 11.71 billion, below expectations of 11.89 billion. Where is their real guidance at here? Yeah, sales beat estimates by just barely at Wells Fargo. Barely. I can't find their actual outlook here. Kind of annoying. BlackRock? No. They were down a lot too. They had one of the worser drops that I saw today out of the banks. They were down, now they're down 6%. They were down 5%, but 6.1% right now. That's pretty brutal. Wow. Next week's earnings are going to be huge. Yeah, they really are. Next week is where the fun's going to be. Just wait till the earnings calendar comes out this Friday. You guys will love that one. Straight up love it. SPY still looks pretty red here, guys. It's been trying to hold its ground a little bit at some of these supports, but it continues chopping lower. They are actually about to fill the gap. You know, there's a good gap to be filled here. Somewhere like 624.50 support could be pretty good. This is huge. L Banks, Charles said, yeah. Pretty rough day for the banks, if I had to be honest. Follow me, guys. I'll let you know what not to buy. Because every time I buy something, it goes the other direction. Amit said, follow me. I've heard so many people say that over the years. That's funny. Maybe 624 will be the bottom of the day. That's what I was kind of thinking, Demir. Like, I wouldn't really see the SPY falling much through there, if I was being honest. I would think that we start to hold up somewhere around there. Let's do a deep dive in value post weekly.
No, there ain't no stopping us.
That would be actually pretty funny. Yeah, just give us your thoughts, and then we'll come up with good ideas to do the opposite. In value, I like that. Deep in value. I know, that was hilarious. I don't know how he came up with that. We got Tesla here around 314. Big support. This is very close to where Tesla bounced yesterday, actually. Look at the wicks on Tesla. They're starting to get pretty accelerated, I would say. Nvidia hit highs of this morning and turned over.
I said I'm moving too far. Get it gone.
We should have that ETF that inverses people. I love those ETFs. Remember S-Jim? It would short Jim Cramer, but the ETF went down. Like as in off the market.
Like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast. Didn't even get a glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in a restaurant. If you had swag like mine, you know it's best to flaunt. We on, hating because you want. Shining like it's neon. Rock like kings of Leon. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, them amateurs have to leave. Shooting stars.
Trade desk sell-off this morning. The trade desk sold off. TTD. They popped off last night. I know people were hyping them up, but they really did sell off today. 8.5% up only now. How much have they pulled back this morning? From the high at open, they pulled back like 4.9% already. That's pretty rough. Expected, yeah, it was a pretty high jump. I could see a lot of people looking for a pullback there. For sure. I mean, that is pretty textbook. SPY looks insane, though, the way in which it jumped up, and the gap's about to fill here. Watch for that gap to fill.
I said I'm moving too far. Get it gone.
SPY. All right, watch the SPY closely here. I think it's getting pretty close to some support. I would say we're getting pretty close at this point. It's about time to eye up possible dip buy scenarios. I'm sure lots of you have already been doing that, but I think now's about the time. MP going crazy, Gabriel said, up to 63, up 29% now. Last time we checked in on MP, I think it was at like $60.50 or something. Yes, the continuation has been great on MP. Wow. MP is just insane. So what color Lambo you getting, Brain said. Nice one, Juan. Got in at 42. What color Lambo? What colored Lambo would Juan get, do we think? If Juan had to pick, I'm going to guess that Juan would get a black Lambo with golden rims.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house.
Sky blue. Ooh. Sky blue sounds good. Oh my God, Robert. Oh, Robert. That's funny. Triple halt to the upside now. J-Duck, CYCC, triple halt. It's still halted again. You'd wrap the logo. I like that. A sky blue. I'm surprised to hear that answer. I haven't seen many sky blue Lambos. Let's Google one. Sky blue Lamborghini. Let's see. Oh, these are kind of pretty. I like the way these look. It's like the color of my old Corvette. Kinda. Baby blue thing. That one does look nice. Does look nice. Let's go look at the old Corvette. Rapid blue C8. Yeah, it's pretty close in color, actually, I must say. It looks teal. It does look pretty tealish, doesn't it? Both of them did. Either way, had to check it out after you picked. Classic C8 color, yeah. I don't like a lot of the normal looking ones. I like the blue ones. Even the dark blue one I think looks pretty good in the C8. Open. Trying to run arbitrage to the max. Open door. What are you trying to arb here? See if there's any news on them today. I don't see anything. Look at this article. Top 3 real estate stocks that may fall off a cliff this month. They put this out last Friday on Open Door. Outfront Media, out, O-U-T. I guess we need to buy up all these stocks that they're saying to do shorts on here. Especially if they're going to move like this. Is pyrite a valid color? Pyrite, a valid color. I don't know. Pyrite. Is that from No Man's Sky? When I googled pyrite, it said No Man's Sky. Like, what? Pyrite. It's like false gold or something. Yeah, that's not a valid color. I'm sorry. Nope. Here's gold versus pyrite if you guys wanted to see the difference here. That's probably what my mom used to buy me as a kid and tell me it was gold. The fool's gold. Yeah, Jason knows. Robert knows. Yep. Open door. Very nice action though. 21%, kind of double topping at the high of, I would say, last night, right before after hours ended. Right around $1.10. HIMS pulling back 0.6%. Pretty brutal there. SPY is a nasty candle, Demir said. What? Ooh, pretty rough. 624.50 coming up. My gosh, the downtrend continues. The gap is about to fill, though. It's like right there now within... We're now within like 20 cents. $0.20 of the fill. Let's see it, SPY. Not good, SPY, Jake said. Not good, no. Not if you're trying to long it here, but if you're trying to buy up the dip, I mean, now it's at like I would say the best point of the day so far to buy up the dip. It's down right to a big support. Now, the acceleration is starting to pick up, so it's tough to buy it right away. Maybe you wait for confirmation. Maybe you try to snipe it quick. Hard to say, but I would say if it breaks under the low from after hours here yesterday, around 623.80, cut quick, but tough one. J-Duck 0 for 3. Don't like hearing that. Go check on Nvidia, some of the Mag 7. Let's just pull up the Mag 7 setup in general. Apple pulling back pretty harshly here, actually. Apple, 209 coming into play. Apple, wow, pretty rough. Pretty rough. Check on the banks again. Banks looking brutal here. The banks. As we look at the banks, just very flat on JPM. Wells Fargo, lots of downside action. Sucks no more JP days. Loved when he would tank everything, Juan said. Let's look up some stats. I'm going to go to ChatGPT and see if they can give us some stats really quick. All right. Let's try this here. All right, here we go. We're going to see if we can get some good stats going here. Oh, ChatGPT's being dumb. Intraday data, come on. You could get it. They can't get all the data, so now it's like nothing's all correct. I don't get it. It goes, I can retrieve that data if you want, and I'm like, well then retrieve the data. Like chat, come on, ChatGPT. If you want it to be smarter, buy Oklo. Buy Oklo. Needs power from Oklo. What about SMR? You could go put a small modular reactor there. Or multiple of them. It's funny though, these sites can't find all the data. Go check Bank of America here. BAC 4655. Still's checking in on the bank, seeing if they're dropping a lot more. Wells Fargo 5.44% to the downside. What about airlines? You know, they went pretty crazy last week, a couple weeks ago. Still keeping them on the radar. They are dipping a little today, but they seem to be moving fairly okay compared to a lot of things out there. It would be nice to see the continuation play out as this week goes. Maybe keep the airlines on the radar. Wouldn't be the worst thing to do. Go check on MP again. Ooh, MP finally pulled back. Pulled back. SPY down to 624 support. Filled the gap. Testing that low from after hours yesterday. The acceleration is getting brutal. Is this where we turn around? Tough call. Doesn't look like the SPY wants to. Just like that, 2025 comes to an end. What? Trade like a pro today. I really like SMR, Xavier, myself. I think SMR is pretty awesome. I think OCLO is an awesome one as well. I think it would be tough to pick right now which one is truthfully going to be better in the future. For now, OCLO is probably more established. I mean, SMR might have more promise, though. Hard to say. Hard to say there. I think buying a little bit of both could be smart. Wait for the whole tech IPO. I haven't heard much about that, Brain. Is that another nuclear company? I'll have to look into that one a little bit. I'm sure we'll hear about it more. Yeah, NNE is another one. Maddie, that one is pretty nice. You know, looking at the daily, it, I would say, hasn't quite enjoyed it as good a gains, but pretty solid. Especially in the short term. You know, like if we look at like this recent dip to the high, it's up 130%. That is pretty good. Pretty good. It might not be like quite like, you know, SMR levels from the recent low, but still really solid. NNE. Another big name in that sector. Would it be best to spread your money out amongst the three or all in one? Brain said. Oh, that's a tough conversation, Brain. There's a lot to be said there. If you know business, like let's just say like Warren Buffett, you know, was it better for Warren Buffett to buy only Apple? Or was it better for Warren Buffett to spread his money out across everything? I don't know. It's probably better that he just bought Apple at the end of the day, right? At least like 50% of his port was for a long time. So, you know, there's a lot of things out there that say, okay, maybe you shouldn't diversify a whole lot, you know, because if you can find the one good business, it's going to be better probably than diversifying. I would go, though, and say that in this sector being nuclear and with these things being fairly new, I would stick to the side of being safe. And I would also look at, okay, these are growth stocks. You know, these aren't like Apple. Okay, so I would probably look at it a bit more of in a bit more of a way like diversifying, but maybe even finding like a nuclear ETF. You know, I mean, there could be some ETFs out there that might focus on these few, and maybe that would be one, because then there's more that'll even be mixed in. So solid advice. I did buy SMR alongside Oklo once. Nice. I go something in almost everything. Diversify, diversify, diversify. You never know, Juan said. Yeah, you really don't ever know. It's tough. It's a tough game there. Now, if you find a good business and you want to stick mainly to that one, I don't blame you, but I think that diversifying a little bit's smart, and you know, as time goes forward, I think that adjusting could also be smart. You know, instead of just like let's say that we buy like let's just say that you buy Oklo, you buy SMR, you buy NNE, you buy all of them right now. Let's say in like 5 years, you know, they start moving differently. Like let's say NNE sucked and they start doing bad. You know, maybe you start selling out of them and focusing more on SMR and Oklo, which are doing a lot better at the time, right? Like you might need to adjust as time goes on, but it'll be a fun sector, I have a feeling, and especially like SMR, Oklo, NNE. I mean, these are some stocks that could move a lot too. SPY getting support finally, maybe. Let's see. Got the 624, broke under it barely to our 623.80 support and popped back. It does seem to be finding some minor support here. It looks pretty solid compared to a lot of the other attempts at recovery today. This one seems like there's a bit more green mixed in, a bit more chop. It's One Direction. Oh my god. The Juan jokes. DraftKings is giving away $10 for free today? Oh, wow. Not 100% free? Oh. Juan said it's ridiculous. I'm sure it is, Juan. There used to be a guy that worked at my dad's business named Juan, and my dad would just make those jokes non-stop, and it was like, oh my god. It got annoying. SPY pulling back on this trend line pretty hard intraday today. It's been following this pretty good. This might be where we finally start to see a good break. Ooh, you sure, Mason? He said there's no way there's not 2 runs through the first 3 innings. It could be, yeah. It could be. I don't know. That's tough. I wonder, like, out of the past 10 All-Star games. Come here, ChatGPT. In the past 10 All-Star games in the MLB, how many times has 2 runs been scored in the first 3 innings? Let's see. It's so dumb that they're not able to document this data. Like, these guys suck. Let's see if Grok does it better. Grok messed it up last time, too. ChatGPT 0 times. Mason's an idiot. That is what it said, actually. All right, let's see. In 2024. Oh. They always say that they can't get any inning by inning data. That's so dumb. I could get that. Grok needs to go ask an anime girl first. Yes. That's such weird news that starts coming out there. Good morning, Autumn. Oh yeah, it's baseball talk time. Elon has Grok check with his previous tweets. What's with BMNR? Haven't even looked at them one time today, Autumn. They must have been boring. Yeah. Down 0.73%. Not moving a lot. Not moving a lot here. Getting close to the $40 support from the past couple days, though. That could be huge. That could be huge if we're being honest. CYCC. CYCC was one of the funner ones today, Autumn. It's been halting and unhalting and falling down. MP has really been where it's at, but it is in pullback mode right now, which is okay. A little pullback mode, but Charles excited for this game. Grew up with PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, playing against him in Little League. Now he's in the All-Star game. That's crazy, Charles. PCA, that's awesome. Man, yeah. PCA is amazing. That guy is nuts, actually. I can't believe how good he is. Up 258%. There you go. CYCC. It's pretty insane. I'd never heard of it till this morning. I wouldn't even touch it, Autumn. I wouldn't touch this thing with a 10-foot pole, honestly. But it's wild. And whenever things are wild, you know, they get attention. I'd rather be wild like MP, though, if I'm being honest. What about a 9-foot pole? I think with 9 foot, I would, but... Oh, no, we'd have to go to 11. Sorry, 11. We'd have to go out just a little more.
Streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step.
Yeah, I know you're not. I knew you probably weren't going to play Autumn. That'd be crazy.
From town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly.
Nvidia. I can't believe how much they've held. Nvidia actually looks fairly strong. I gotta say, like, the way in which that they've held their ground is nice. Like, they haven't traded back down into the depths of hell yet. SPY's starting to hold really well around 624. Man, Demure, I think that if Demure's still here, probably not, but man, that 624 area was perfect, Demure. Oh no, Demure is here. AAPL, oh no. Demure earlier said 624 might be the perfect low of day or something like that. Said he missed the dip when he went to the bathroom. Yeah. Oh. Crazy Apple, yeah. Apple, I can't believe they roared back like that. They started to die off, had a few very bad candles, and then just a few minutes later, said, nope. They have been pretty back and forth today, I must say. All over the place by them. Microsoft held support well. Wow, 504.40, 504.50, that's a good hold. Maybe about 5 minutes. Maybe we'll get like a little comeback here. Maybe it'll be a blessing, Demure. Maybe it'll be a blessing in disguise that it was missed. So far, it's sticking on the downtrend pretty well. Autumn. Thanks for the well wishes. My dad is good. He's flirting with heart disease, but thankfully not quite there. Just gotta eat better. He's 63 and thinks he is 33. Yes. Glad he's doing good, Autumn. I'm glad to hear that. That's really, really good to hear. Always scary with stuff like that. Always good there. Bull broke down. Let's go. B-U-L-L. Bull broke to the downside. Wow, 3.36%. See you later. See you later there. Demir sees SPY testing 624 again. He says, I'll see it test. Maybe we can get a little higher low going there. That would be pretty beautiful. We'll take some higher low action. Back to MP really quickly. Kind of slowing up. Gonna have to pull up the scanner out here. Go check Rocket Lab, which is all over the SM bot right now. Calls. It looks actually pretty strong compared to a lot of the other setups we've been looking at. It's up 3.96%. Over the past year, the average percent rise is 4.4%. That's a pretty big average there from what I've seen or what I'm used to seeing. Bull broke it down. Still breaking, yeah. AMD Advanced Money Destroyer. I guess we'll call it that today. Down to 155. Don't forget that tomorrow we have a lot of the big banks reporting. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley in the morning. I know that today we had a lot of the banks report and things did not go very well. Tomorrow could be a bit different. Maybe it'll be better. We'll have to see. So far, though, the banks are looking kind of brutal, if we were to be honest. Even the ones reporting tomorrow, Goldman, Bank of America, MS, Morgan Stanley, they kind of followed the other banks down, so not very good to see. See you later, Juan. Have a great day. I'm out of here. Sounds good. Hopefully see you in the Discord. Jeanette said Rocket Lab's at all-time highs, right? I believe so. Let's check. Yeah, they are. You always got to be careful in case there was like a random spurt somewhere, but yeah, all-time highs for Rocket Lab. Wow, 4%. They went nuts yesterday as well. Just all over the bot, though. Microsoft calls are on the bot, too. Microsoft, new high of the day, getting explosive here. Wow, Microsoft. Apple, roaring back, too, but Microsoft, it's hard to beat. That is an insane jump. Middle of the day, or middle of the morning, we should say. Twilio, TWLO. 7% move by Twilio today, straight up. Straight to the upside. Look at this daily chart on them. Sheesh. You know, one that we haven't looked at in a little while is Disney. Looking at them on the daily. You know, just eyeing up some of these resistances that they're sitting at. They're at some big levels, some big resistances. Are they going to dip back down and trade back into the range? Or are they going to finally start to pop back up? Tough to say there with Disney. Tough to say. Brain's got to bounce too. We're probably going to be ending the stream here anyway. So it's a good time, Brain. It's a good time. We're calling the stream here. It's time to go get some breakfast. Time to settle down a little bit. Go check Tesla. Pulling back slightly here. There was a lot of good movement this morning, though, I must say. It might not have been the way you wanted. SPY's bouncing back up here very well. I like the way it's moving. I think that this is where SPY finds a bit more of support here. Possible dip buy opportunities. Let's get it. Any sectors benefited from the inflation news? Autumn said. I'm sure something could be argued that it benefited there. I would kind of doubt it. It just came in like right at expectations. Any specific sectors? Sectors. How's gold and silver looking? The way everything moved today was just so weird, Autumn. I can't say it was. Can't say it was. Demure just scalped the SPY. Let's go. Hell yeah, Demure. That's what we want to see. Very nice movement here. Coming back up. Looking good, Demure. All right, I will talk to you later. I hope everybody has a great rest of their Taco Tuesday. Let's get this action. MP, don't forget about this one. It's been insane in the short term. MP. Economic data tomorrow. PPI data 1 hour before open. PPI data. And we'll be getting those banks. So quite a bit going on. See you guys.